The room was quiet. Not the heavy silence of the locker room, a different kind. Simpler, gentler. Hiroshi closed the door behind him and dropped his bag without really paying attention to where it landed. His shoulders still ached faintly, as though the day refused to let go of him completely. He remained standing for a few seconds, his gaze drifting toward the lower bunk. Then he pulled out his phone. A message he'd already sent filled the screen. A photo. A plastic tray resting on a table that was just a little too low, bathed in the warm glow of a yellowish light. A bowl of ramyeon, still steaming, far spicier than it probably needed to be, with an egg floating on top. Next to it sat a few pieces of crispy fried chicken, already half gone, and a sugary drink he definitely shouldn't have ordered. He had sent the picture without thinking, and the reply came almost immediately.
Is this your trainee diet?
A quiet breath escaped him, almost a smile.
How many days do you think you'll survive eating like that?
He started typing at an unhurried pace.
I needed comfort food.
He paused, then added,
Rough day.
He stared at the words, deleted them, started again.
Long day.
The three little dots appeared, disappeared, then returned.
So you eat like this and call it a long day? Very convincing.
At last, he sat down on the bed, shoulders slumped slightly, his phone still resting in his hand. The exhaustion hadn't gone anywhere. It just didn't weigh on him quite the same anymore.
Promise me you won't report this to my coach.
Her reply took a second longer this time, long enough for him to glance back at the screen as though he were genuinely waiting.
No promises. It depends. Was it really that bad?
Hiro looked at the message for a while. The words were simple. So was the question. Still. He didn't answer right away. The day came back to him in fragments. The look, the silence, the way everything had shifted without anyone explaining why. And that one word? Lead. His fingers moved again.
Looks like we've got a new system. It's weird.
He left it there, not because he couldn't explain, but because with her, he didn't have to.
Weird how?
He watched the blinking cursor for a moment before replying,
Like someone's making decisions for us, without ever telling us why.
Silence. Then,
You don't like it?
a faint laugh slipped from him, barely audible.
I don't know. It's just different.
The typing indicator appeared again, and this time it lingered.
Then adapt. That's what you always do, isn't it?
He read the message once, then again. A more genuine smile crossed his face.
You know me too well.
It's my job.
He shook his head slightly before resting the phone against his thigh. The room fell quiet again, but it wasn't the same silence as before. He leaned forward, grabbed a pair of chopsticks that were still inside the takeout bag, and took another bite of the now lukewarm ramyeon. Too spicy and not remotely balanced, but comforting all the same. His phone buzzed again.
Oh, and next time, save me some.
He blinked at the screen, surprised.
You actually like this stuff?
No, I just like seeing what you choose when you're exhausted.
Hiro stayed still for a second. Then a quiet chuckle escaped him.
You're weird.
Look who's talking.
He finally set his phone down beside him. Not because the conversation was over, just on pause because the exhaustion was still there. So was the pressure. Nothing had disappeared. But somehow, knowing she was there on the other side of the screen made all of it a little easier to carry. And without ever really noticing when it had happened, she had become the place he returned to whenever the weight of the day grew too heavy. The practice room was already occupied when Hiroshi arrived. Not any more crowded than usual, just different. The voices were quieter, every movement more deliberate, as though everyone was trying to make less noise than the person beside them. No one lingered. The coach was already there. Standing in front of the mirror, a tablet in hand, watching without saying anything. And farther back, Kai, leaning against the wall, silent. Hiro set his bag down without rushing before joining the others. He didn't need to look around to know everyone had noticed the same thing. They were no longer the only ones being evaluated.
From the top,
The coach's voice cut cleanly through the room.
full choreography.
A brief pause.
And sing.
A subtle hesitation rippled through the group. Nothing obvious, just enough to interrupt a breath shift someone's footing. Hiro felt his shoulders tense before the music even started. The first measure began. The bodies moved, voices followed. Within seconds, something caught. Their breathing. It was always the breathing. Hiro knew the melody, he knew the choreography, but together, it was different. His voice lost a little stability during the second phrase. Not enough to fall apart, but enough for him to notice. Beside him, someone pushed too hard on a note. Someone else came in late on a transition.
Keep going.
The coach never even looked up. Hiro tightened his jaw and kept moving. He adjusted instinctively with less power and more control. The music stopped,
Again.
with no explanation or comments. And they started over. This time, the mistakes were different. Less obvious, but still there. Hiro could feel his legs tiring sooner than expected. His breathing was becoming uneven, and the harder he tried to control it, the more it slipped away.
Stop.
The group froze. At last, the coach looked up.
You dance well.
No one reacted.
You sing well.
A pause.
But not together.
The verdict landed without emotion. Silence settled over the room, heavy and contained. That was when Kai moved. He pushed himself away from the wall slowly, as though he had nowhere else to be. No one spoke. Even the coach let him walk. Kai approached the group without looking at everyone. Only a few faces and a few details.
You're chasing the choreography.
His voice was calm, almost quiet. Hiro lifted his eyes slightly.
And you're forgetting to breathe.
No one answered. But this time, several of them understood. Kai stopped at a comfortable distance, neither close nor far.
If you can't breathe,
A heartbeat passed.
you can't control anything.
He didn't explain any further. He simply stepped back, returning to the exact spot he'd been standing in before. As though nothing had happened, the coach didn't comment.
Again.
The music started once more. This time, Hiro breathed differently. Deeper. Slower. He adjusted his movements. Only slightly. I was not perfect, but steadier. Beside him, a voice cracked on a note.
Too early.
Hiro turned his head for only a moment. Kim Dong-hyun. Their eyes met briefly. Dong-hyun corrected his posture and drew another breath.
Follow the rhythm, not the music.
Hiro gave the slightest nod. They started again. This time, their movements aligned a little better. Their breathing was still short, but controlled.
Keep going.
The session stretched on until none of them noticed how much time had passed. When the music finally stopped, no one spoke. Hiro rested his hands on his hips, his breathing still uneven. His legs trembled faintly. So did his voice. He hadn't failed, but he hadn't held on. This time, the difference mattered. He looked up. Kai was looking somewhere else, not at him. Hiro stood still for a moment, then looked away. He understood. Being good wasn't enough. He had to be consistent. And for now, he wasn't there yet.